This is the strong force in a nutshell. We've been talking in class about Rutherford's experiment. So what did Rutherford discover? Rutherford discovered that the nucleus of an atom is at the center of the atom. The nucleus is very small and positively charged. He determined that it was very small because the alpha particles that he shot at the gold foil hit very few times. And if you think about our battleship analogy, the smaller the circles in our activity, the less times you would hit. So since Rutherford observed very few hits, he determined that the target must be very small. He also determined that the nucleus is a positively charged center because an alpha particle is positive and it would bounce off of another positive. He also determined that the rest of the atom is mostly empty space. Remember our volleyball net analogy, that the volleyball net is mostly empty space. So if I throw a marble at it, it's probably going to go straight through because a net is mostly holes and very little actual string. So let's look at just the nucleus for a moment. What's inside of the nucleus of an atom? Well, there are protons and there are neutrons. Protons are the positive charges, the particles that have an actual positive charge. There are also neutrons in the nucleus, and they have no charge. They're neutral. But wait, if you put two positives next to each other, what should they do? Well, they should repel each other. And why do they do that? Because two positives repel. Positives repel other positives. So what's going on? Well, the force that's trying to push those protons apart, which is called the electromagnetic force, is very powerful. But there's a stronger force that holds them together. This force is called, wait for it, the strong force. Creative name, what do you think? The strong force holds the nucleus together and keeps those protons inside of the nucleus. It's the strongest of the four universal forces. But it only works for a small distance, which means that the larger the nucleus, the more unstable it becomes. Larger nuclei are more unstable than smaller nuclei. And we'll talk more about that when we start getting into nuclear reactions. So that is the nucleus of an atom and the strong force in a nutshell. I hope that was a helpful video. Thanks.